Hi, everyone. Today, I am so excited to be speaking with the Crosson family. We are so excited to speak with you for our second interview with you guys. Would you mind taking a moment to introduce yourselves again to the viewers?
Sure. I am Carla Crosson. I am Parker's mom.
I'm Greg Crosson. I'm Parker's dad.
I'm AnnaBell Crosson. I'm her sister. And I'm Parker.
The superstar.
Wonderful. So great to be speaking with you guys. Um, so, Parker, it's really great to touch base with you again. How are gymnastics going for you?
It's going very well. I'm getting a bunch of new skills and it's really fun.
That's awesome. Would you like to tell us about some of the highlights and new skills you're learning?
The highlights are probably being able to meet some new people and just meeting a lot of great people. And some of my skills, I don't know, like which one?
Oh, you list any of them.
Yeah.
How do I explain?
You just said it. What skills are you working on the double mini?
On the double mini, I'm working on a back tuck on, Rudy off, and then a Brandy on, back full off. And then on trampoline, I'm working on my 3/4 back Cody and a 3/4 front Brandy ball out. And then on tumbling, I'm working on trying to get to level 8.
Explain what that looks like.
And level 8, there's 2 passes. So the first pass is round off, 3 back handsprings, 3 whips, back layout. And then the second pass is round off, 3 back handsprings, 3 whips, back full.
Wow, that's fantastic. I can tell you're putting a lot of work into your craft and spending a lot of time preparing. That's wonderful. So, since it's been a while since your last interview, and I'll address this question to all of you, Parker, we know you face some attitudinal barriers to your participation in gymnastics programming, and I'm curious if that situation has resolved and what has come out of that.
Well, I think this is Carla, mom. When we filed our grievance with USA Gymnastics, we were able to come to somewhat of a resolution where the gym had to go through some retraining steps on what it is to provide accommodations for people with special needs. Then we currently filed at the state level, and we are still waiting to hear back on that. Not gonna lie, we're a little frustrated. It's been well over a year. And then when we filed at the federal level, Gregg got an email back that said, we're not saying that there's no merit and that there's not a situation, but at this time we can't investigate any further.
That must be so frustrating. I'm sorry you had that experience.
Thank you. Yes, it is very, very frustrating.
Yeah, I can relate to an extent. I've had some things myself go on. Um, so can you explain, I know you touched on this a little bit, but to any of you, how has this experience affected you as a family?
This is Dad. I think in some aspects it brought us closer together because there was, some barriers we didn't expect to go through that we had to work to overcome. Um, Gave us an opportunity to meet Troy and yourself and other people through the ADA, which has been amazing. Being able to go to the symposium in Kansas City 2 years ago, I think it was, and meet a lot of fantastic people there. So even though we've had some hardships through gymnastics, we've been able to find a gym that has welcomed Parker and loves on Parker and is extremely happy for her to be there. And we've met some amazing people that we probably might not have met otherwise. So it's really affected us in a positive way.
And I think this is mom. I think it's it's reminded us that we need to continue to advocate, sorry, for not just for Parker, but for all kids or people that we are noticing aren't being treated fairly for whatever reason.
Absolutely. I love your takeaways, and I'm so happy that even though you had that experience, it brought you even closer together. I love that you have that outlook on life. So, Parker, I'm curious to know what else is on the horizon for you, and do you plan to continue with gymnastics?
Um, this is Parker. Um, I don't really know what's on the horizon. One thing I really want to happen is to get a scholarship for gymnastics at the at Missouri College in Missouri. Um, and I do plan to continue with gymnastics because it's really fun.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad that you found a sport that you love and that you have prevailed despite the adversities, achieving your dreams. So this is exactly what we're looking for. So I'm so happy that you can share your story with us. One more question. How is school going for you? And what are you liking and disliking about school?
Um, it's okay. It's not my favorite because it's school, but I really like being able to have a bunch of friends. So like we can build each other up. And I don't really like some of my classes. I mean, and
That's
the
understandable.
yeah, but that's about it.
Wonderful. Um, yeah, so thank you for sharing. And then, AnnaBell, I would like to touch base with you. So, how are things going for you? And is there anything you want to share with our viewers that's new since we last spoke with you?
It's AnnaBell. Things have been going really well. I am happy to see Parker thriving in something that she does love and enjoy doing. Um, since we last met, I have recently written an essay on radial aplasia for my college level English class, as well as doing a presentation in my speech class about what radial aplasia is and sort of explaining the different types of radial aplasia so that people can become more accustomed to it because it's such a rare difference for somebody to be born with that a lot of people, when they see it, are too scared to actually go up and ask questions.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad you shared, and it sounds like you're staying busy with all of your commitments and classes too, and making a difference. So I love that. One question for all of you guys, and Gregg and Carla, you really touched on this a little bit already, but if there's anything you want to add, I'm curious what your thoughts are on disability rights being obtained and enforced, and what approaches or systems are you confident in, and which ones do you lack confidence in right now?
This is Greg. So the whole experience has been rather eye-opening. I'd say everything through the ADA centers, has been amazing. We've been able to reach anybody anytime we're trying to, ask questions, find out answers. We've been embraced and welcomed in with open arms. So we have all the faith in the world that the right people are there at the ADA Center, particularly the one we've worked with there in Columbia. Um, you know, Nothing but the utmost confidence in everybody there. As far as some that we're kind of disappointed in, I would definitely have to say, the state and the federal level. Um, I understand that we're not the only ones out there that are, facing some challenges, but to have to go, 8 months to a year, or however we're at now, and you can't get a hold of anybody, you can't get emails returned. It's been rather frustrating that there's not a higher emphasis placed on making sure that people are taken care of and that accommodations are being provided where it needs to be provided. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. And unfortunately, that's been a all too common story from a lot of people. about those agencies, but I'm so happy that you have felt welcomed by the Great Plains ADA Center staff, and we're always more than happy to help anyone who needs it. So, so happy that you feel that way. Um, I guess just in closing here, is there anything else that any of you would like to share?
Well, this is Mom. I think the one thing that I want to remind everyone is that if you feel like there is a concern or if you have questions about anything, ask the questions. Gain the knowledge that you need so that you can be better and that you can advocate for yourself or for others, really. And I think that's probably the most important thing I can say is just ask the questions, get the information.
Absolutely. That's very well said. Thank you. Wonderful. Well, if there's nothing else, I have really enjoyed our time together, and thank you so much for speaking with me. I really appreciate all of your time.
Of course.
Happy to do it anytime.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.